Hello and welcome to another episode of Becoming an FM YouTube. It was called something like that. It's so long since I've done one of these videos. I don't even remember what the series was called. I'm Kev and I have a very special guest with me today on a slightly different version of one of these videos. Everybody give a round of applause for Loki Doki. Say hello, sir.
Hello, everybody.
See, we've not had a guest on this series before. It's all very new. I don't know how this is going to work out, but it's very good to have the Football Manager community's search engine optimization expert with me, because as people have probably guessed from the thumbnail and stuff, that's what today's video is going to be about.
Yes, the most exciting part of YouTube. Forget recording videos and editing. It's all about the SEO.
This is the bit I've spent the most time researching over the last year, and I still don't fully understand how it works. I would want to have this conversation with you even if we weren't putting it on a video, because I still don't really get what I'm doing. I mess around with trying to name my episodes. I do it more on my vlog channel actually than on the Football Manager one. I'm kind of setting my ways on Football Manager. On the vlog when I try and do my clickbaity titles and sort my tags out, but I'm kind of stuck in this rut on the Football Manager channel where I just do the same type of title every day and the same bunch of tags every day, and I guess it works because the views come in, but I do wonder if I'm optimizing things properly, which I'm sure we'll get to, because I don't really know where to begin. So as our resident SEO expert, if you wouldn't mind just explaining to the boys and girls, and maybe to me a little bit, what SEO is, and then we'll dig down a little bit into how we can make that work to help grow our Football Manager YouTube channels.
Okay, well, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's basically the idea that once you've created a video and you put it out into the big wide world of YouTube, it allows people to find your videos and how to make your videos, descriptions, tags, and titles to be found on YouTube. That's in essence what it is, and it's a massive part, and people who ignore this part are going to struggle to get found. So it's a huge part of what YouTube is. Lots of people find it incredibly boring. I quite enjoy it because I'm weird.
It is one of those weird subjects where there's so much depth to it that you can just sort of fall down the rabbit hole of reading articles about it and watching videos about it. And I'm intrigued by it. I would love to master it, but I don't know if I have time on a day-to-day basis to commit to it the way I should, and I think it's because I'm so maxed out with recording and editing. But then I read these guides that say really you should be spending as much time promoting and optimizing a video as you spend recording and editing it, because otherwise it's not getting out into the sort of size audience that it might deserve. So I do need to get into the habit of doing this stuff properly. I did I think it was during the Christmas holidays, invest a few quid in TubeBuddy, which kind of did a lot of the grunt work for me, I think, where I had completely neglected this for the first year of the channel. Went on and just added things like the end cards and the cards that pop up during it, and added all my links and stuff to my descriptions, and added proper tags, because before I only had like 4 or 5 tags on each video. It was literally Football Manager, series, Kev, and they were basically they were my tags. And I don't think it's any coincidence that since I've done that, my daily views have almost doubled. And that's 2-3 months after the game came out, so it's not the new game spike. There was a spike there, but the biggest spike I've had over the last year was when I actually sorted that stuff out.
You allowed people to find your videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny that.
The problem is, because I did it all in one go, I don't know which was the most effective part, so I don't know what to focus in on. So again, all the stuff I've read about it afterwards is telling you to change one thing at a time, monitor what that change does, so you can work out
which bits work and which bits don't. Yeah.
But so at the moment, I know I've done a whole bunch of stuff that has been an improvement, but I don't know which bits to carry on fiddling with and which bits to leave well alone. So I've gone about it in completely the wrong way.
At least you've gone about it, though. That's the main thing, I think. You can sort of forego that side of YouTube, especially when you're starting out. You're just thinking about making a good video and then editing a good video and then making sure you do a good thumbnail and then you release it into the wild and hope it gets found.
I mean, that's the mantra I've been preaching for this series. That's exactly what I did. My first 100 videos, I didn't really do anything other than just try and get content out there.
The point you made on that video, on those videos, of just the only way you're going to get good is to just keep doing it, is totally correct. And you don't need to sort of worry too much about SEO in those first 100, because, like you said, it's probably quite rubbish anyway. Don't really want people watching it. It's fine if nobody watches your first 100 videos. Yeah, if
you only get one chance to make a first impression, I'll make the first impression a year and a half after starting the channel, please.
Yeah.
So, is this something you've done all the way through on your channel, or is it something that's you've added later as well? I'm interested to see how the process has worked with you, because again, one of the joys of TubeBuddy is it allows me to nose into what tags and things other people have used and try and have a little nose behind the curtain as to what they're up to. And yours is certainly more. There's more thought gone into it than mine with some of the tags and things that I've seen that you've used on your videos.
Yeah, so my basic, I did SEO for a couple of companies before I started YouTube.
Okay.
So I'd had to learn, because I built a website for a small company and had to do all the SEO for that and everything. So I learned about SEO. So I was sort of quite lucky in that respect. And then when I'd sort of decided to YouTube, started reading up and got told that SEO was important, I was like, oh, cool, this is my bag. I can do this. So sort of read some articles and watched videos on specific stuff to YouTube. But basically, like in its purest form, all you need to do, like there's three areas. There's your title, your description, and your tags. And let's say, like its barest form, you make a Football Manager 2017 video. So you want to have Football Manager 2017 in your title. Obviously, that's the most important part. And then, but you also want to repeat that in your description. So you're saying, welcome to my latest Football Manager 2017 video, and with other stuff. And then in the tags, you want to have the exact same tags. So you want to put the most important stuff that you want to get found, like Football Manager 2017, FM17, or FM 2017, the stuff that people actually search for. Have those three things in your tags, your description, and your title, because that's the number one goal of getting found. Obviously, that's what most people search in for.
Does it matter where we have them in the description and the tags, like what order the tags are in, or whether it's where it is in the description, or is it just as long as it's in there somewhere, then that's fine?
The title doesn't matter where in the title you have it. In the tags, it doesn't matter in what order you have them. In the description, basically YouTube looks at the first paragraph as the most important. So that's where you want to stack all those keywords that you want to be found on. Usually like Football Manager, plus your team that you're managing. That's obviously very important because people search for specific teams. That needs to be in the first paragraph, because normally below that you might have links to your social media and Patreon and all that sort of stuff below that. So they kind of ignore that. That's the first the first paragraph.
I'm thinking about my description, and I'm pretty sure the first thing in my description is asking for subscribe. I don't think I have that information. I think that information comes much later in my descriptions, because I fixed my titles. My titles when I first started out didn't have Football Manager in them, and
that's probably a mistake.
And they also didn't have the team name as well when I was doing Non-League to Legend last year. And it was Dr. Benji who said,
I play games.
It was called Non-League to Legend, season 5, episode 4, and then there'd be an episode title, but it wouldn't have Football Manager or the name of the team I was managing the title. And it was Dr. Benji who said, you might want to just add into your titles the words Football Manager and the team that you're managing, because they're the two things people are searching for. They want to watch Football Manager stuff, and quite often, especially when you're managing a bigger team, then we both probably got a big boost when we managed Liverpool in the beta, because it's a team that a lot of people are searching for. And by then I knew to do that, so I had Football Manager and Liverpool in my title and in my description and in my tags. But yeah, for a long time it wasn't in my title. It was always in my tags, but it hadn't, because I hadn't really scratched the surface on this SEO stuff. It just hadn't occurred to me that I was coming from a podcast world where you just kind of want a cool, eye-catching title. You just assume people are looking for you, and then they'll pick the episode that they want to watch, and it's not that at all. The the video is how you draw people into the channel in the first place. No one is going onto YouTube and searching Lollujo. Let's see what he's got.
Or non-league to legend.
Yeah, exactly.
Typing that into... That's how you've got to see it, is just put yourself in the mind. Like, when you're looking for content, what do you type in? Well, I want to see a Liverpool save. I'm typing in FM17 Liverpool. So have that in all those 3 areas, and you're going to do a better job. One of my biggest tips, and this is, it's now, I was going to say, now me and you are bigger YouTubers, you know, the 10K club.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, the way YouTube works is basically for the first 3 months of the life of your channel, YouTube basically ignores you. It's, no matter how good your SEO is, no matter how good your videos are, it basically doesn't trust you to put you in the search results because you haven't, you know, you could be producing really rubbish videos, you're getting no views. So when I say, when you're starting out, just ignore the views totally, don't worry about it at all. And what you need to do is just then, when you get to that sort of 3-month area, you're going to start appearing slowly in the search rankings. But the thing is, if I put FM17 in my title and somebody with 500 subs put FM17 in their title, I will rank higher because I'm the daddy. But I will rank higher just naturally because YouTube trusts me. It knows that lots of people watch my videos, so therefore it must be better. That's how YouTube sees it. So what you need to do is what I like to call find a niche within a niche. So you're not going to win the FM17 battle with me, but let's say this is why you need to be a bit more specific in your titles. Rather than just having FM17, you want to go FM17 Bristol City. And because people will specifically search for that, and there won't be as much competition, so therefore, even as a small channel, you can still rank highly in that search because there might only be 2 or 3 YouTubers that are doing Bristol City.
I think that's something I've always had accidentally in mind, because ever since day 0, I've always had LLM in my titles as a lower league management save, and I guess that's one of those things where people are, and that's why my non-league to legend videos get multiple times the amount of views than any other series I've ever done. They are so far ahead of everything else, and I guess it's because there are plenty of people out there who are searching for LLM stuff. And certainly when I started doing it last year, 15 months ago now, whenever it was, there really wasn't a lot of that about. There's a bit more now, but there wasn't a lot of that about at the time. So I kind of cornered that market a little bit and got to the point where my first video for Non-League to Legend last year, bearing in mind when that video came out I had about 500 subs, that video's had about 40,000 views now. And it's, I guess I stumbled into doing something right with the title, because it's a rubbish video. Please don't go and watch that video, everybody. Watch this year's one.
Always horrible. It's I've left my first video is awful. If you want to see, like, you know, we are considered big FM YouTubers now. It sounds weird to say that, but we are. There's not that many massive or large FM YouTubers, and all you need to do is worry about if you can do it or be good enough is just watch Kev or mine's first few videos. They're awful.
Absolutely.
They're dreadful. You just practice makes perfect. One of the things I'll say is, like, my series on my channel is called The Journeyman. It's called The Journeyman because I know people look for The Journeyman. That I didn't think of it because it was a lovely sounding name. It's because that is on Football Manager that a lot of people do journeyman saves. So calling it that, people will naturally search that thing. So that's. I
dare say there's a reason me and Ben both have journeyman in our titles as well now.
Well, that's it. And that's another thing to do is look to what other people are doing, because one of the big things is not only is like a lot of it is what people search for in YouTube, but another side of things is being on that right hand side on the suggested videos. And say when you're watching your video or a Dr. Benji video, that my name pops up and saying, "Oh, do you fancy watching this?" And that's because obviously within Football Manager and me and you have similar size, but it's also because our saves are similar. So, like, for instance, I imagine if you watch one of your Liverpool episodes, I might be in the suggested thing because I also did a Liverpool episode. So it's sort of, if you can, it's not copying the description at all, but if you can sort of, you know, I in my description, obviously Dr. Benji's new series called The Road Trip, which is basically this sort of journeyman series that he has. So in my description, I've added the road trip just as part of the paragraph, just to say, join us on this European journeyman road trip as we do this, just because that gives me a better chance. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you need to sort of play the game. It's not, I'm not changing any of my content to be like Benji's, but I'm just saying, making it look.
I make damn sure whenever I play Salford in any of my series that becomes a live com and an episode title. I'm not messing around.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I do as well. Is that I will say at the moment I'm at Lazio. And I will have obviously FM 17 Lazio and Football Manager 17 Lazio and all that sort of thing as my tags and description. But if I'm playing AC Milan or another big team that I know people might be searching for, in the title I'll say to call today's episode Lazio versus AC Milan. And then I'll put in the description that I'm playing AC Milan. I'll put in the tags FM 17 AC Milan just to catch those few people that are looking for an AC Milan save. But I go, I'll give this guy a try.
Yeah.
And that so you can sort of little filter other areas.
And it is the little tricks like that you do pick up over time. I think the YouTube ignoring you for the first 3 months thing I think is interesting, because that, if you're doing daily content, ties in rather nicely with Kev's law of ignore your first 100 episodes, because YouTube are going to ignore them anyway.
Yeah,
so,
everybody's going to ignore them. You're not going to be found.
Yeah, that's just your practice time. Get out there, have a play, learn to be confident talking into a microphone, talking into a camera, all that stuff. But be aware and be always on the lookout for these little opportunities where you can add a keyword or add something into a title or a description that you know people are going to be searching for anyway. Like what you're saying with doing AC Milan, putting that in. I did the same when I was at Hamilton. I made sure that you play Celtic 4 times a season. I made sure all 4 of them were live comms, and they always made it into the tags, the description, the titles. And you just have to try and be a little bit smart and think about what are people going to be searching for, and try and use those words as much as you can in what you're creating. And you don't have to change the content that you're doing, because I would have done 2 live comms in that episode anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that rather than playing Dundee United and Partick Thistle, that I'm playing Celtic and Rangers, for example, because they're much more likely to have people search for. But it is handy to have that mix. The amount of people who've come over because they're Boston United fans or Gainsborough fans, or they live in Gainsborough and they just happen to search Gainsborough, and they've ended up on the channel and stuck around as well. Sometimes you just luck into it, and I never would have thought that using the word Gainsborough would have brought in so many people as it has. But even now, I get comments every day. I'm a Gainsborough fan. Can you just have a look to see how they're getting on?
They're getting on, yeah. I get that tons.
And it's awesome.
I think one of the big things also is that let's say you're a new YouTuber, you want to start a new FM 17 save, you're trying to pick a team, and let's say you've narrowed it down, you want to do a championship side, let's say, and you're thinking, shall we go sort of Blackburn or Leeds? I'm indifferent, I'm happy to play either, I can't quite make my mind up. Well, do a little search on YouTube. If you find out that 10 people have done a Leeds save, but only 1 person has done a Blackburn save, give Blackburn save a go, because you're much more likely to get found. There's not that many. Your competition is smaller, so sort of if don't make it so you change your content to suit the SEO. But if you're up in the air about what save you want to do, just have a little Google search, YouTube search.
Or even take advantage of the autofill that YouTube uses and just type in Football Manager 17 or FM 17, press the space bar,
names pop
and
up,
see what the things people are searching for most often are. There's a reason that when I put it out to a vote on my Twitter for who people wanted me to do for my FM 17 beta save, the choices were Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Man City, because they were the teams that came up when I put Football Manager, press spacebar, and had a look to see who people searched for most. And then I don't care. I have no interest in the Premier League. I don't care which one of those teams I am. I'll let my audience then decide which one I play as. But I'm only giving them the choices that I know people are on YouTube searching for. And it's just these little hacks, if you like. I hate using that word because I'm too old to use it, really. But that's exactly what it is. It's just trying to be as smart as you can about making your content as searchable as you can.
Yes.
And
turn it around from the other way. That's what you need to do, is like, what would I search? And then that's what you use in your description, tags and title. Also, have you told people what TubeBuddy is? We've mentioned it a couple of times, and
I haven't described it at all. So
so they're going to be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So basically, TubeBuddy is a totally free add-on that will attach itself to YouTube, in your browser, and it has it gives you extra little analytics and little tips and tricks. It gives you suggested search terms or tags and stuff like that, bulk tools for cards, annotations, thumbnails, all that sort of stuff. There is an upgraded version that gives you extra bits, but I think it's TubeBuddy.com, but it's even just a free version is really, really useful. It's definitely worth giving it a go.
Yeah, the paid version, all it does is it helps lazy people like me, because it does all my cards and stuff automatically for me. So you get all the search and SEO stuff for free. I just get it so that when I upload a new episode in the evening, I can just press. I'll have that button,
and
it just
build
puts
a template, can't you? And
puts my templates on and does it.
That's it.
Bang.
And so my final sort of little tip is there is a forum that I joined right at the start of YouTube called yttalk.com, and it's a YouTube creator forum. And it's just a place where loads of YouTubers get together and talk about how to do stuff, ideas, all sorts of collaborations, all that sort of thing. I wrote a guide on there basically called How to SEO, Titles, Descriptions and Tags. And it's basically a full guide to what we've been sort of talking about today, and a little more detail with lots of sort of examples and stuff like that. So I'm sure Kev will be nice enough to put
there will definitely be a link down in the description, and judging by the title of it, it'll probably be the first thing that's in the description as well, because it sounds like it ties in with the content of the episode.
There you go.
So
it's almost like I SEO'd it.
Yeah, it'll be right down there in the description. I think we probably need to wrap things up there, mainly because my camera is going to die any moment, because we're hitting that 20-minute mark, and it will just decide to turn off, because that's how Canon cameras roll. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on, sir. We will have to do this again, because this is, I think, between the two of us, we can probably impart some of the stuff that we've picked up over the last year or so. I think, contrary to what people think, we're not the same person.
We're not. See,
he's not my second channel or anything. It's
second channel. He's not my second channel.
Well, if you don't know who he is, and you should do by now, but if you don't, there's a link to his channel down in the description as well, so you can go and check out his stuff. It's journeyman stuff, just like what you're used to over here. So go and check it out. It's good stuff.
But I actually do well in Europe.
So it's not quite what people are used to. But I'm sure you'll get used to watching people win. No one likes a winner. We root for the underdog round here. That's how this channel works. A lovable loser. But check out Loki's channel. It's all down in the description below. And is there anything else you wanna plug or link to while you're here, sir?
No, it's all good. My Twitter is @LokiDokiGG if you want to give me a follow there. But no, all good.
Brilliant. Well, I shall wrap things up there then. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you have enjoyed that, if you've got something out of it, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.